Hi there, Ed here from Hyper Creative. We're just going to talk today about the printed logo wall stickers. Just going to explain a little bit more about the product, what you get, and how to order them so that you can understand exactly whether it's the right product for you. So our printed logo wall stickers are printed in high quality at 1200 DPI, which means they're really, really sharp and high detailed. They're eco-friendly, printed on using water-based inks, which are the most forward-leading way to print in the industry. We also print them and cut them to shape. So we're taking the logo itself, we're printing it onto the vinyl, we then cut it around the outside of the logo, and then we're providing it to you with all the cut elements individually. We then put a piece of masking tape over the top to keep all the letters together, and that allows you to then transfer it onto the wall, press it all down, remove the masking tape, and you've left just the letters on the wall with no background at all. If you want more info on what that looks like, have a little look at our video here where we explain the process, and you can kind of understand a little bit more about the product itself and how it's made. So the last thing to mention in the product is just that it's damage free. So if you scroll right down to the bottom of the page, you can see that the graphics do come off. You heat it up with a hairdryer or a heat gun like I've got here, and you can remove the graphics off the wall. It's not 100% guaranteed that it won't damage, but this is definitely a better way to remove them to give limited amounts of damage when you leave. So perfect for serviced offices, desks, doors, walls. You can basically put it onto any smooth surface. So that's a bit about the product itself. Let's talk about how to actually order the product and how the pricing works. So we are basically asking you to be able to put in your width and height of your logo in order for us to make sure that we are charging for it only what you need. What that means is that the price is better than when we used to do it before, where we would just charge you for sort of a square of material. Whereas if your logo is like Direct Line, you're going to be paying for a lot more material that you're not using. So the way we do it now is we do width and height. So you just add in centimeters your width and height. If you don't know it exactly, you can always estimate it, and it'll only be a couple of pounds difference anyway, so it normally is fine for us to just estimate the size. However, one of the top tips for you is if you have your file on your computer, you can always come here and go get info if you've got an app like Apple like me, or if you've got a desktop, a PC, you should be able to do something similar to this. And somewhere in there you should be able to see dimensions, and that gives you the pixel size of a picture. So you either have a file which is, for example, like this one, which is a PDF, which you can do it with, and this should show you the document size of 4000 by 900, and so you've got the pixel sizes there that you should be able to work out to get the ratio. If you don't have a file that's one like this, you can always take a screenshot of your logo and sort of crop it to the exact size like this, and then that would be able to give you down in this bottom right hand corner next to my, hopefully you can see this, 1800 by 700, and you can kind of get an idea of what that file size might look like. So that might help you to kind of understand the size of your file, and then you would put that in here by calculating, by calculating what size you would need in the width and height. The price will then update. You've got the ex-VAT and the including VAT price there. The long-term and short-term material is really just about how long you want it to last. Normally, the short-term is only really used for events. The long-term is what we would recommend in every other location. And the short-term essentially has a lower tack, a lower adhesive properties on the back of the material. So it's only really recommended if you only want to keep it on the space for a couple of weeks or months. And so, yeah, I would highly recommend to go for the long term. So when you click it, it should show that you've selected that. Now we've got the design service. You've got two options here. We've got the design service where our designers would, free of charge, just send you an artwork proof. This is a PDF document that we send you, and it essentially shows you exactly what you're getting. An example of that you can find here, where we've got the logo in the middle, we've got the sizes of width and height, we've got the material that we're using. In this instance, we're doing just orange vinyl for this particular client, so it's not a printed logo proof. Quantity, and it just gives you the ability to double check the design before we go to print with the actual file. And if you have a little look down here, this explains a little bit more about the design proof that you receive from my design team after you order. So you order here, with my design team proof it, then we print it and post it out. So that's the proofing process. The second thing is if you need a bit of extra design time, if you need us to change colours or do some different tweaks and edits to your design, pay for the extra £10 and my design team will tweak it, and then you would leave special instructions in there for them to get back to you with any other information. As standard, if you upload a logo with, say, a black background and white text, most of the time my design team would then assume that you want this to be printed and cut to shape, and therefore we would look to remove the background colour and just print the logo on its own cut to shape. You can then upload the file here, or you can do it after checkout, and so you just add your file in here. Ideally, we want a vector file, which is a file that is allowing us to scale the logo in proportion. If you don't have one of those files, depending on how complex your design is, we will redraw it free of charge. If the design is very complex, then we might have to charge you to be able to redraw your logo, but most of the time we can do it free of charge. Then add your product to the cart, and you've got turnaround times down here. These are estimated, and we do overestimate a little bit here just because we want to make sure that we're not going to be pissing you off by delivering late, and so do be aware that these are the worst case scenario normally. Bit more information down here in terms of shipping, free shipping on all orders over £50, or £5 Royal Mail postage. The material is matte, so it doesn't give a glare to the product, so it's perfect for internal offices and things like that. Other things to mention is just scroll down the page and you've got a lot more information that you can see that we've added here, including testimonials as well as various other bits, secure checkout and all that. We're a proper UK business. Some videos to kind of explain a little bit more, some serviced office companies that we've worked with, where a lot of serviced office companies are very happy for their clients to use our products, and some examples here. If you want some FAQs, we've got them down the bottom here, or give us a call. And then the last thing to mention really is when you go through and add the product to your cart, you'll be presented with a couple of other upsell products that might be of interest. One of which is a squeegee, which you can see here is just an application tool that helps you fit the item. And so I'd recommend that is a good product for you to add to your cart if you're not familiar with producing or printing, installing vinyls like this. The squeegee is a great product to offer. And then there's another one here, which is the printed icon logo wall sticker pack. So often if you've got a logo where you've got a bit like the Direct Line job here, where you've got an icon here and then text here, we would be able to use the icon from your logo and print it a bunch of times. And often this gets used for laptop stickers or putting them in, just dotting them around the office in different spaces and places. As you can kind of see here, people have done them on the sides of walls or just in the middle of the wall near whiteboards or kind of conference areas. But they're a great product just for you to be able to get some extra icons. And you can see here on this visual that you get multiples depending on the size that you order. We would add a whole bunch of extra stickers for you. So those are a couple of other upsell products that you might want to consider. The last thing to mention is if you are really struggling with the size and you really don't know what size to go for, we can offer a mock-up service. So if you email us with the size of your wall, the logo file that you need and the rough size that you're looking for, we would be able to put a mock-up like this together for you to show you the right kind of size to go for. And we can draw in things like desks and reception desks and lights, and we're not going to go too crazy, but it is basically just a mock-up to give you an idea of scale. So if you want that, you can email us and I'd be more than happy to do your mock-up, and then you can go ahead and place the order on the website when you've got the sizes that you know you want. Any other questions, don't hesitate, just give us a contact, fill out a contact form or email us or give us a call. My name is Ed. Any questions, happy to answer them. Hope that's been helpful. Take care.